the Director of the Office of Intellectual Property Development within the Office of Research at Kennesaw State University. The Office of Intellectual Property Development was recently established with the mission to manage the overall intellectual property portfolio of Kennesaw State University Research and Service Foundation. Intellectual property includes things like patents, trademarks, and copyrights, but it also includes trade secrets and expertise. With a focus of research on relevance, coupled with the tremendous talent of our faculty, staff, and students, the development of intellectual property is an inevitability. When someone at KSU develops some intellectual property, they make a disclosure to the Office of Research, at which time that disclosure is reviewed in consultation with outside counsel, and a recommendation is made to the Kennesaw State University Research and Service Foundation, also known as KSERF. KSERF will decide to proceed with some sort of course of action to protect that intellectual property, and the rights of that intellectual property will be transferred to KSERF for management. Once intellectual property has been disclosed and protections pursued, I then begin to work with the inventors to identify their goals for the project. In some cases, for example, as with cancer therapeutic, the inventor may want to develop their own venture or a startup company. In this case, we can provide guidance and training in the concepts of lean startup methodology and other principles that are represented in the National Science Foundation Innovation Core Directive. These are methodologies that allow iterative customer discovery and validation processes to ensure that the business model that comes out most closely reflects the actual market. Another option is to license the technology to an existing company. Sticking with the example of the cancer therapeutic, this may be a company that's already engaged in the development, manufacture, and sell of other therapeutics, and they simply want to add this novel technology to their portfolio. Alternatively, they may just want to keep it out of the hands of their competitors. Either way, identifying a good licensee involves engaging the local ecosystem, being familiar with that market space, and leveraging our network. Innovation and entrepreneurship are hallmarks of excellent research institutions. As Kennesaw State University continues to expand its research portfolio, we know that intellectual property will be an integral part of that development.
John Salerno walked into my office one day in 2013 and asked if I wanted to start a company. So I said yes, and thus was born new Echota Biotechnology. The original idea of the company was twofold, the first of which was to manufacture proteins that we had expertise with, sell them, and then use those revenues to fund development of intellectual property that might have even higher value. The retail side of the company was a failure from the start. The intellectual property, on the other hand, was a natural outgrowth of our academic research from a collaborative project between John and myself, along with KSU faculty, including Carol Christensen and Scott Nowak. We decided to make a prototype of our recombinant molecule and see if it could deliver any protein we could make in the lab to the inside of a living cell. A student of mine worked developing the prototype and protocols for delivery as part of her thesis research. I can still remember the elation we all felt as we gathered around the microscope as the first images came through, showing that we had successfully delivered a protein that we had made in the lab into a living cell. Follow-up experiments showed that it wasn't toxic, that it was rapid, it was easy, it was interchangeable, and thus we had a technology that was worth developing. So the students got busy in the lab, and John and I got busy looking for resources to help develop the technology. The Office of Research kicked in a little bit of seed funding, and we were eventually able to secure a small business innovation research grant from the National Institutes of Health. We hired employees, negotiated with the university for incubator laboratory space, and support developing and filing patent applications on the technology, and in general trying to be a startup company that was seeking an equity investor so that we could grow and develop our technology into something very real and valuable. It was around this time that John received a terrible diagnosis of cancer and got sick, and before you knew it, he was gone. It was devastating to us all who looked to him as a mentor and collaborator and as a friend. And of course, it was devastating to a company that hadn't really even gotten started yet. But he was proud of the work, proud of founding the company, and realized he would want us to carry on, and so we did. To date, the company has received about $700,000 in grant funding, mostly from the NIH, but also from the Georgia Research Alliance. And we continue to develop the technology both as a company, and my academic lab has NIH funding for basic biomedical research, the results of which are generating more ideas that are be able to be developed into products that KSURF will help protect and new Echota will help develop into next generation biomolecular products.
The Robin and Doug Shore Entrepreneurship Center is located in the Coles College of Business within the Levin School of Management, Entrepreneurship, and Hospitality. Our programs provide students with a wide range of experiences and classroom opportunities designed to develop their entrepreneurial perspective. The Shore Entrepreneurship Center's mission is to inspire entrepreneurial culture and develop entrepreneurial skill sets that empower the KSU community to solve problems and enhance their community through the creation of new business ventures or by enhancing existing organizations through corporate entrepreneurship initiatives. Our programs support the KSU community by providing students, faculty, and the KSU community with entrepreneurial expertise, training programs, mentors, and resources that enable them to successfully develop ideas and accelerate the growth of their new venture. The center works to develop an entrepreneurial spirit across the KSU community, attract students from all disciplines, and educate them in both the entrepreneurial mindset and entrepreneurial skill sets, support newly developed entrepreneurs by providing a bridge to internal and external collaboration opportunities and support resources such as seed and venture capital, provide advisory services to KSU students and faculty members, and lastly, by conducting relevant entrepreneurial research that is important in this fast-moving discipline. Examples of some of our programs include student organizations such as CEO, Collegiate Entrepreneurship Organization, and Enactus, which supports social entrepreneurship.